Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game one. This hand's kind of meh. I can't really draw into much here. I mean, turn 3 Chrysalis, turn 3 Myco. I guess the best draw is probably a Rumble. You could also argue maybe a K Command X1. But I'm going to mulligan this one, I think. This one's better-ish. Pitch Emrakul, Reveal Devourer, Trigger. At least now I can dig a bit deeper to find either Rumble or K Command. Of course, we find none of the above. We can go Sprawl on 2, but we should be able... Well, I guess Sprawl on 2 does enable an Ice Till on 3. That is true. Alright, we'll go Sprawl. We'll go Stomping Grounds tapped, and then next turn we can Sprawl and Stomping Grounds green, Misty Rainforest for Surveil Land. It's nice still on 3. It's not preferable, but it is something at least. Better than wheeling. Looks like Belcher. Okay, so I need to find Ghost Quarter ASAP. So let's start with Misty, Utopia Sprawl for green, and pass. And you play a 2-minute ice spell. You do, which does mean that Flare is online, which makes this Ice Till worse by comparison. Finds a Lotus Bloom, suspends the Lotus Bloom. I will fetch, Surveil, Trigger, Force to Yard, and draw. K Command. So we could use K Command as permission here for the Ice Till. Basically just Temple, K Command will exile the trainer. If it resolves, then we can dig a bit deeper. If it doesn't, then they likely will sacrifice the trainer, allowing the Ice Till to potentially resolve the next turn. I will play the Temple, and I will scry, draw, exile the trainer, and see if they have a free counterspell here. They do not. So Devourer down. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're short on Emrakul. I kind of do want Emrakul here if I can help it. Same time, neither one of these really help in the immediate. I'm going to bottom both and then draw another K Command. We'll pass. Lotus Bloom trigger. Another. There's Belcher. There's Tameshi. Tameshi can grab Belcher theoretically. So if I play the Ice Till after playing the Stomping Grounds, and we'll have a K Command X equals 1, choose the Belcher. Land tap, 6 in hand, one of which is Belcher. Draw. World Break. Again, we can play the Ice Till. We also could K command X equals 2, ramp and exile. We can then, if that resolves, play the Ice Till after. Let's do that. And done. Otherwise, we'll just play the Stomping Grounds tapped. There's the flare. Stomping Grounds will enter tapped, and then we'll pass. One short of Breaker. Lotus Bloom is going to land next turn, though. So what's my out here? 3-9, right? Yeah. Nowhere near Emrakul. And Tameshi? No, we're for 0. Okay. Yeah, so if you have a Tameshi in hand, I think you win here, right? Yep. That is a win with Tameshi, because then it'll go to 3, 2, 5, 4, 7. I have no real recourse here, so I will concede. And trying to play around the free spells I think was correct. However, it did cost me. So we will... What will we do here? Definitely bring in the Ghost Quarter. Cut Bog, keep Cavern, cut Return. Bring in Heat, bring in Flute, bring in Bauble. Cut Gemstone. Cut Chrysalis and cut Sire. We'll run it back like this. There's some argument to bring in Jailer, but it does stop our own Ice Till Ghost Quarter loops, which I'm not as big of a fan of. On the play for game 2. Well, there's double Ghost Quarter. There's Myco Spawn. I'll keep. Again, a little bit slower than I'd like, but we might be able to make it work. Lab, Imprint, and pass. If I can draw into a Talisman next turn, then I will actually play the Ghost Quarter and Ghost Quarter. Lotus Bloom suspended, Dry Ruins tapped, and another Lotus Bloom suspended, and draw. K command. So we can force check here, no reason to reveal the Ghost Quarter yet. In that case, I will force check. Sprawl, bottom, draw, Verdant Cat, and pass. So next turn we can play the Myco, we can ramp, and then also Ghost Quarter or land down. And draw, Sprawl. Sprawl actually is appealing here, but... So we play Myco. I really need it to resolve, though. So I'm thinking if we Ghost Quarter the Jawari Ruins here, that might be correct. See if they brought in a basic, and if it's an island or a mountain. I'm going to play Ghost Quarter now. I'm going to hit Ruins. Declines. That is good for me. There's Myco. I'll grab Temple. And we'll pass. The only issue is these Lotus Blooms might cost me because that 6 mana just sitting there suspended. So even if I do get rid of this land here, they might still win. Temple. We also could play the Sprawl, but do risk it getting countered. 2, 4, 5. We could Ghost Quarter to avoid a consign. I will play the Temple and kick the MTGO. You have a consign in hand. If you do, you'll have 7 mana next turn, which means you can just play Belcher and win. Possible that just playing the Ghost Quarter and Ghost Quartering may have been correct, to be honest. Wow, somehow we win? Even though they're going to untap with double Lotus Bloom? That's a bit strange, but I'll take it. I'll bring back Gemstone and cut a Rumble and run it back. A bit light on lands, admittedly. I mean, this enables a turn 3 MTGO into a turn 4 Ice Till, which could be enough. We'll keep it. It's a bit risky, I will admit. We'll pass. Land. And I'd love to see a soul land here. Vaccine Bauble. Vaccine Bauble's pretty good. They don't have anything suspended though, so I think I can wait, especially as I do want to surveil here to ensure we get a land off the top. It does leave us open to some counter magic. Okay, there's a bloom, so now we do want this Vexing Bauble. But a pause on end step, since they're passing. Commercial District trigger. There's the Temple, perfect. We will draw. I will cast Rumble. Does Rumble resolve? No force. We do want to land. So there's an interesting thought here to, instead of grabbing Sanctum of Ugin, grabbing Worldbreaker or Devourer. The reason being is because it opens us up to drawing into a lab. So instead of just having 4 hits off the top for a kicked Myco spawn, we have 7. So I will grab the Worldbreaker here, and I will pass. And we'll pass. Again, we do want this Vaccine Bauble down before we play, or before the Lotus Bloom. Alright, so that's a whir. Can't do much about that right this instant. Ice Till. Really did need a land there. We have 4 types in yard, so holding up heat might be worth it. The whir here is problematic. So we could go Myco spawn, they could consign. It means they won't whir though, which is appealing. At the same time, that means we're off of Tameshi. I guess that's true. I'm going to K command, I'm going to ramp an X. I'm going to do something I normally don't do, which is to sack the spawn here. Or ramp and Scry on that exile. There's the temple we wanted. Unfortunately, we're a bit short. I will play the Bauble, hold up Heat. Bauble resolves, so now we're getting to hold up Heat. Of course, they do have a Whir here, so if they do have an untapped land and Belcher in hand, we are in a bit of trouble. Alright, and we'll hold. Land Shock Belcher win. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Alright. Trying to think if I could have done anything there. I mean, shy of just windmill slamming the Myco spawn for a Ghost Quarter and hoping they didn't have a basic? Not much. Yeah. I guess let's see if they have a basic. It's possible they do hit it, so we'll see. Do we live? They did not bring in a basic. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, if I had just gone for Myco Spawn Ghost Quarter, that would have meant they would have been one short of the Belcher. We were assuming that they had the Whir based on the 3 mana up, but it wasn't guaranteed. I guess they could have been holding for interaction, but maybe just going Myco Spawn and Ghost Quarter was worth it after all. Unfortunate. Alright, well, we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. We can make this work. Well, it's actually kind of awkward. So I'm going to say no to Devourer, right? Because we're going to fetch Sprawl Rumble. I guess we could ignore the Sprawl and just go Rumble. Alright, we'll do that. I'd love to see a K return. No K return. We do find an Ice Till. So in that case, we play the Verdant Catacomb. Let's play the Lab. And I guess, once again, I should hold up the ability to respond so that I can do something. There's Guide of Souls. Yep, so it is energy. Verdant Catacombs, fetch. For Stomping Ground, shock. Rumble. Another Ice Till. Let's go Forest. That way we can play Ice Till next turn. We'll hold in case they discharge the spawn. Shame that we did exile the Shifting Woodland earlier. There's the discharge. We sack in response. And that way they don't get any energy. There's Pride Trigger. And we'll pass in full. Take 1 down to 16. K return would be pretty good here. No such luck. We'll play the Ice Till. I guess what I can do is let's Sprawl here for double green. And then Ice Till. Play the Verdant Catacombs. Do we have a fetch or Surveillance still? We do. Play the Verdant Catacombs, mill. There's Sire and Yard. Alright. Next turn we will have 7. Discharge. They do have enough to remove the Ice Till, so I'm going to Catacomb Surveil now. Surveil last. Ice Till mill. Breaker and Yard. And Surveil trigger Devourer. Yes, I'll put the Var on top. While I wish it was a K returning yard, we'll still take it. Fetch Marsh Flats, down to 20. Sacred Foundry, shock the 18. Is it going to be an Ajani? No, a dashed Ragavan, which means they will steal the Devourer off top. Less than ideal. That was a pretty smart move. Alright, so definitely want a K return here. K command, K return would be solid. We draw. No such luck. Yeah, that's problem. How many forests have we seen? 1, 2, 3. I don't think I have any more fetchables, actually, because I think the last Stomping Ground, yeah. Misty Rainforest is a dead card, so I'll just play the forest for turn and then pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can play Devour next turn. As the meta becomes more and more aggressive, I definitely do like Eldrazi ramp more. Right now, immediately after the PT is very combo heavy, but right now we're seeing a huge uptick in energy and zoo and prowess. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9 down to 1. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're down to 1. Bombardment kills me. Down to 2. I can do math sometimes. I think I added 3 instead of 2. Ragavan will pilfer. What does Ragavan pilfer? Talisman of Impulse is fine, because that does not get me out of this jam. If you need that does is Devourer. Talisman resolves. 2 in hand. About to be 3 for Ragavan there. Return to Devour doesn't do anything, so I think we just hold 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short of the Emrakul. We will draw, or rather Ragavan and Onslaught Pride will do their thing. Problem is the K return alone actually doesn't win me the game here because Onslaught Pride does have flying. It does not get cleared by the K return, so K command might be our only out then. Alternatively, we do have the possibility of a Rumble. Rumble actually could be really good if it mills over K return and shows me a 7-mana value spell that I can play. I think that might be the best case scenario. Ragavan will dash. Still at 2, which means we're dead to a Flage. Alright, and we draw. Show me a Rumble or... No, actually it has to be a Rumble. Draw. Micah Spawn does not cut it. We will concede. Alright. Let's move the game 2. We'll bring on Unholy Heat, K return. We will cut the Gemstone Caverns. We keep the Bajuka Bog, cut the Cavern of Souls, Gemstone Caverns. And I'm thinking the Ghost Quarter here as well. Because we're not really going for Ghost Quarter loops here, I don't think. Yeah. Like we could, but I think it's better just to fall back on a more traditional E-ramp plan here. Use Ice Still as just ramp instead of as a finisher. It is also a decent body at 4 toughness, so it's a decent ground blocker at the very least. Opponent should be bringing in some form of land hates, potentially Blood Moon, Charmal, Molten Rain. I don't think Energy's been on Molten Rain in a minute, though. Let's take a peek. I want to say they're on Charmal more right now. I mean, 2 Blood Moon main, Charmal, yeah, at 50%, Blood Moon at 50%, and Molten Rain at like 40%. Alright. On the play for game 2. This hand is a dud, as much as I do love seeing that K return. Mulligan. Unholy, it's nice. We'd have the Commercial District, though again, always have the problem with Devourer. I will keep... What do we pitch? Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to pitch the Devourer here. Yeah. Commercial District, Surveil. Talisman to Yard, yes. And passing. I guess one benefit of Talisman, if they play a Ragavan here that I want to heat, I could have played the Talisman ramped and then Unholy heated. Yeah, in retrospect, maybe keeping the Talisman would have been better. Because it's more focused on the Rumble, but yeah, if they go Ragavan here, that makes sense. Yeah, should have went Talisman, just in case of this exact scenario. We could, of course, just go Temple and then block. I will... Let's play around Charmaw and also, whatchamacallit, Molten Rain. Set up the heat. They'll go to combat. We won't belabor the point. And we heat. And then we'll pass in full at that point. Second main. There's a Johnny. We draw. Devourer. Do we play the Rumble first? No, we should probably play the Sanctum first and then Rumble. So let's do that. There's Temple. Grab Temple. And we will pass and we will hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I kind of wish that I did play the Temple. Hasting 3 for a Seasoned Pyro. And I guess if I played the Temple, then we could have devoured, cleared the board. We'll take 3 down to 17. We'll kick Myco Spawn the red source. I guess actually 5 down to 15, that's fine. We draw. Temple, kick the Myco. And we'll kick the Mountain. Keep him off of red for a turn. They won't have double red, so they can't Charmaw me, they can't Blood Moon me, they can't Molten Rain me. So we can go for a Temple here without issue, and the next turn clear the board. That does seem correct. Yes. I'll go Temple and pass. And then pass. And there's the Guide of Souls. That is fine. Sacred Foundry tapped. We'll take the 2. Well, actually, so there's an interesting quandary here. We could take the 2, or we could block the cat, and then a Johnny would then flip and potentially send 3 at me. There's no real benefit in doing that, because they also gain a life and an energy. I think we just take 2 here. You draw, second Devourer. I'll go to combat before I cast Devourer here. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will cast Devourer of Destiny. And we'll exile the Seasoned Pyro. Yes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We could go for Emrakul, but then we get absolutely hosed by a Thraben Charm. Versus if I go for a Cyrus 7 Death, I should be able to cast it next turn no matter what, right? Because we'll have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. They knock me down to 6, 7. So I think we go Cyrus 7 Death here. I will sweep. Body will be on board. Yield all. Play the Temple. I guess I should probably play the Stomping Grounds tapped actually so I can avoid damage if they do Charm on me here. Only thing that would suck would probably be a Blood Moon. Second Arena of Glory. Onslaught Pride. And maybe not. I mean, if they have a Charmal, they can definitely play Charmal. Okay, they're hasting, so it's a creature. So I'm assuming Charmal here. Clarion Conquer. That's fine. We'll take the 3 down to 10. We have 1 card in hand. We have a K command. I think I just cast the Cyrus 7 Death. We'll play on the defensive for a turn, Stomping Ground tapped, and then passing in full. So now, if they have a Static Prison, they can... Nope, they do not. So that's a solid win. Let's move to game 3. We'll bring in the Gemstone Cavern and trim a Rumble. Run it back. On draw for game 3. Huh. I mean, we have a K command X1 on 2. If we find a Soul Land, K command 2 on 2. This heat's kind of sad right now, though. We won't keep it, though. Reveal a Devourer. And pass. Fledged Strand, fetch. Sacred Foundry, shock the 17. There's the Ragavan, so I want to see a red source here off the Devourer. No red source second K command, though. That is a little bit concerning. We go for double green. There's nothing in our hand that double green really does for us, so I think second K command's probably correct. Grab the K command. We will play... Oh, there's actually some thought to playing the Temple instead of the Forest. No, we'll play the Forest. We'll not tip our hand that we have Temple. I guess one benefit of Temple is that we would be able to cycle if they do play a turn 2 Blood Moon here. Admittedly. Ragavan hits. Down the 18. Pilfers a Sanctum, that's fine. Do you have a Blood Moon on 2? Pyromancer's fine. We can get rid of the Ragavan. And we'll draw. Second Unholy Heat really could use a red source here. No reason to cast the K command now, I don't think, so we will hold. Paying cost for Guide of Souls resolves. And Ocelot Pride resolves, triggers, go to combat, K command. Rampant Exile or Scrydraw Exile? Scrydraw is tempting. Because then if we find a red source, then we can do a lot more. We'll Scrydraw Exile. And done. Devour to bottom draw. K return. Again, really need a red source. A red source will probably just hose him at this point. Draw. Jesus. Temple is fine. So, what do we do here? I mean, we have to get rid of the Guide of Souls, I think. Because if they can clear the K return, we're in trouble. So I am going to hold. I desperately need an effing red source. They go to combat, which means they can't float. I'm going to let the Guide of Souls trigger. Yes. Now I'm going to K command ramp and scry draw. And done. X equals 3. What? No red sources. Where are they? Ice Till bottom, Gemstone bottom, draw. Okay, there we go. So in that case, I will block all block with all 3. Just mitigate as much damage as possible. So we're going to stop you from making a cat, block you, and we'll just block you. Before damage, we'll sack you so that way you don't generate a cat unless you play a card. And pass in full at that point. We're down to 13. End step. I think they sense that a K return's on the horizon. We'd love to find another land as well so then we can go devour Orange Chant. That's fine. That doesn't stop me from playing lands. Emrakul. So we'll fetch Shock down to 10. And target player can't cast spells this turn. Strangely enough, I think I want to fetch Shock now. Because if I fetch Shock on their turn, and let's just say for some reason they have a second Orange Chant, then I'd be hosed if I fetch on their turn, right? So I think I have to fetch Shock now. A little bit weird, but I think it's correct. And we'll pass. We'll move the combat. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Like, I'm clearly telegraphing that I have something, right? Unless you have a Flare of Fortitude, I'm questioning this. Sure, that resolves. Guide of Souls will trigger. If you have a Flare of Fortitude, that will be like 1,000 IQ play. We'll attack all. Guide of Souls will trigger. Let that resolve. You target. K return. Weird play. Alright. We will draw. K command's pretty solid, so now we can ramp Scry draw and end step, otherwise we have heat as well. So we are pretty set right now. I will pass. Opponent's passing. Go to end step. Cast K command, ramp and scry draw. X equals 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I would like another land. And the reason why I would like that is that way I can keep a spawn on board after we cast the Emrakul. So I'm going to say bottom Talisman, bottom Misty, top Return, top Lab, and draw. And draw. I'm going to Lab Tuck Devourer. And then cast Emrakul. Can I hold up my red source as well? Yes, I can. Triggers. Yield all. Opponent will scoop it up. And we got there. Solid stuff. Bit of a struggle there at the start, but we're able to make it work. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. I will keep. Opponent reveals Devourer. We'll see what flavor Eldrazi this is in a second. We'll Verdant Catacombs fetch Shock. For Stomping Ground. Utopia Sprawl for green. Next turn we can Rumble, though if we do find a Lab off top, we can Ice Till. What flavor of Eldrazi is this? Brute Scale, Ramp, or Tron? It is interesting seeing how the Devour ebb and flows depending on the meta. Alright, so this Tron, we definitely want to get a Ghost Quarter line going ASAP. Or Myco Spawn as well, that's another option. We draw. Second Ice Till. We'll Rumble. Yikes. I will grab Myco Spawn. And we need a land now. We draw into a land. We can keep them off of Tron next turn. If we don't, we are in danger. Power Plant. 2. Is this a K command X1 or X0? So delay Chalice on 1. Chalice on 1's fine. I feel like that hurts you more than it hurts me right now. Land. Perfect. So now what I can do is cast Myco. I guess I could theoretically, we have 5 mana. I could Rumble here. That actually might be correct. Let's make sure we're smart about this though, because we have 5 exactly. We'll Rumble. Yes. There's another Temple. There's another Ice Till. We'll grab the land. We'll cast the Myco. Yield all. And we'll grab Ghost Quarter. We'll Ghost Quarter now to avoid them having natural Tron. Did you exile any Tron lands? You did. You did. You exile a power plant, so we're going to hit a power plant and then pass. Next turn, we can Ice Till and start Ghost Quarter looping. And after that, we can do it 3 times a turn. So, unless they have a way to get rid of my yard, they are in a bit of trouble. And they can't Soul Guide Lantern or Relic because of the Chalice. I was right to do so. They had the tower. We will draw. There's K return. We will play Temple. Cast Ice Till. Play the Ghost Quarter. We will mill. I will wait until their upkeep. I'll attack for 3. You crack the map. What do you crack the map for? Probably a power plant? There's the power plant. They cannot go for K command now, so now I will pop the mine. Yes. I like keeping tower on board if I can help it. And there's the swamp, and we'll pass. Again, unless they can deal with the Ice Till here, this should be GG's. And there's the power plant. There's Karn. You can go for Tormod's Crypt and get rid of the Ghost Quarter. That is a valid play, probably the best play you can do right now. Otherwise, I will strip your lands out to nothing. There's the Tormod's Crypt. Yep. That makes sense to me. Tormod's Crypt my yard. Yep. So Karn will be down. They'll have 5 in hand, but they will... I guess that's not guaranteed they'll have Tron. We'll draw Devourer. 2, 4. Kind of wish I had one more land here. Yeah, that would be nice. Let's go to combat. Attack Karn, attack you. Karn will be down. And then we will cast Chrysalis. Yield all. So next turn we have World Breaker, even if they do manage to get Tron. We will pass. They do have Tron, they have 9 mana now. There appears to be Devour of Destiny. Do you exile the Ice Till, I imagine? Honestly, that's kind of a low impact play right now with the Ghost Quarter out of line. We've already hit 2 power plants. We're going to exile the power plant again. We can play the Talisman. We play the Talisman. We'll want to sacrifice the spawn. So spawn number 1, trigger, always yield. Spawn number 2, cast Talisman. And then cast World Breaker. And we'll exile the power plant. We'll pass. So power plant down. That's now 3 power plants down. Unfortunately, I can't attack, though. I will pass. I'd love to see a Myco spawn off top. So we can just continue to set them back. Also, just a land would be okay. But we'll pass. And we'll draw. Temple. I mean, we could just play Devourer here. Actually, I'm kind of tempted to do something a bit stupid. But I kind of like it too. So I am going to go to combat. Like I said, it's kind of stupid, but I like it. I'm going to attack the World Breaker. My opponent's going to be really confused by this. They should not block. This is very much bait, and they should recognize it as such. Because they block with the Devourer, I then K return, right? Then we can just sacrifice a land, bring back World Breaker, play the Ice Still, etc. I will play Temple. I think I do still play Devourer here. Not thrilled by the prospect, but I think it is correct. And one more. And we'll pass in full because it does exile my Sprawl. One of the downsides of playing into another Eldrazi deck. We'll pass. They found Temple. Looks like a Cyrus 7 death, if I had to guess. Right, 2, 3, 5, 7, or is it a K command? Yep, there's a Sire. We'll draw. There's Emrakul. 3 cards in hand. And I don't exactly want to attack in right now. 7, 8. I kind of want to play Ice till after we, whatchamacallit? After we find a land. So I think I'm just going to hold here. And if they attack, we'll double block. And then we'll K return after damage has been dealt. There's mine. 8 mana. 8 Eldrazi mana. Mind Stone, so it's a redraw. Do you redraw off the Mind Stone? You do. Oh, no you don't. That's another 7. Is it a Devourer or a Sire? Second Sire would be rough. Devourer's fine. Glad I did not play the Ice Till. You attack with Sire. You shouldn't, but you might. Unfortunate. Alright, we'll draw. And there's the land we need. Perfect. So in that case, I will play Ice Till. Ice Till Resolve. I'll play Lab. Trigger. Yield all. I will not tuck. Actually, tucking might not be a bad idea in case of a TKS. So actually I will. A little bit weird, but I think it's correct. Talisman, unfortunate, but fine. That is one type. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Currently 3 short. We'll pass. You also could put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Really, we could actually be close to 1 short here. Mind Stone, draw a card. Looks like a Devourer or another Sire. There's another Devour, so ice still is down, unfortunately, but that's fine. That will resolve. I still did its job, got a card in Yard for the Emrakul. And we draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can push the 12. So I think I'll just hold. We'll K return on end step. And then basically we can force them into blocking. I guess not force them into, but present a pretty compelling argument. Mindstone draw. Another temple. Relic of Purgen gets it by Chalice. Yeah, I think Chalice on 1 there was not the right choice. Really now. Bold move, Cotton. So I can go to blocks. If you want to get rid of the Sire, I'm going to have to double block, and then Chrysalis can block. We don't really want the Myco to block, though. I mean, we could just take 7. Otherwise, I double block, block, take 6. But then we're left with nothing, really. We need at least one creature back so we can double block, right? So we need one creature to survive. So if I just go block, trade, block, take 7, and then K return. That will destroy the Breaker as well as the Devourer, and their Devourer leave him just with the Sire. And that seems correct. Go to 9. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go to end step. K return. And then that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We could actually bring Worldbreaker back to hand now, sacking a land, and that would still be enough, though it would have to be a green source, meaning that we wouldn't have access to our third Ice Till, which... Nope, our third Ice Till's already gone. I guess we then wouldn't have access to Chrysalis. How many Chrysalis have we seen? Looks like just one, so there's one left in deck. So let's do this and World Break, because there's no land in Yard, so it'll bump us up to 4. So we'll have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. World Break, Sacrifice, Stomping Ground. Returns the hand. And draw. There's Myco, but we're just going to send Emrakul. Triggers yield all. And since we have 2 bodies on board, unless you have a Dismember, what is this? Warping Whale creates a spawn, sure. We'll just sacrifice it, so pretty moot point. I will not. And then our turn, comrade. No attacks. And draw. There's a map. Don't mind if I do. I'll map, trigger Chalice, yield all, yield all. Sacrifice the Scion, go to combat. Swing with Sire. Go to blocks, go to blocks. Assign damage. And done. Sire down, and we'll pass. Next turn we can Mycospawn and Worldbreaker. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 minus 4. No, we do not have enough. Looks like a TKS. TKS will see Breaker and Spawn. I suppose take Breaker. Yeah, makes sense. I will draw. Sprawl. We'll kick Myco. Kick Myco for what? Temple? Yeah, I'll go Temple at this point. Yield all. You know, I don't have a Sprawling Yard. I guess there wouldn't be much of a difference between that and just going Temple here now, would it? We also could go Shifting Wood, but then we don't have double green to activate it, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to grab a Sanct Mavugan then. Because that means on their end step I can return Emrakul and then play another Emrakul if I need. But that shouldn't be necessary, I don't think. Barring some unique circumstances. And opponent scoops it up. We will take it. Alright. So we definitely want second Ghost Quarter. We can cut Bog, cut Cavern of Souls. We definitely want Flute here. What else? We don't necessarily need K-Return. We can bring in Unholy Heat. Fade from History's a possibility. We'll cut the Rumble for the Gemstone. Yeah, Fate is tempting, but not entirely necessary, I don't think. So I'm going to run it back like this. I mean, if we find a Talisman Sprawl, it's Chrysalis into Chrysalis, I'll keep. I'll reveal. I'll pass. Mindstone. I mean, worst case scenario here, by and large, is a turn 2 Karn. So we'd like a Sprawl. No such luck. We did find a Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter is kind of interesting because it does set them back if it is a turn 2 Karn, but it means that also sets us back as well, so I'm not as big of a fan of that. I think I might go Rumble here instead. Yeah, the Ghost Quarter is kind of awkward. Because we can Ghost Quarter, sets them back a turn, but then they only have 4 cards in hand. You know what? We're going to go Ghost Quarter. Play the Ghost Quarter, and Ghost Quarter you now. Keep you off of Karn on 2 unless you specifically have Lab 7-mana Device spell Karn. That'd be 3 cards in your current 4. It's not preferable, but I think it might be correct. And pass. There's Temple. Do you have a TKS? You do not, but might have a K command. We'll draw. Windswept Teeth. We'll play the Windswept Teeth and pass. Would have really have loved to see a Utopia Sprawl or a Talisman, but no such luck. No K command either. Land. And do you have the Karn? Was I right about being turn 2? Yes, I was. Ooh, boy. Well, now this is trouble. I will need a flute, methinks. Otherwise, I think I might just lose here. I mean, you can go for liquid metal and then start stripping lands, yeah. Commercial district surveil. Another ghost quarter does not help me. I'll put quarter, engrave, and draw. I will play Stomping Ground tapped and pass. And pass. Power plant, coding, 3 in hand, resolve. We're not out yet since we have an abundance of lands in hand, but we're not exactly in a good position either. I'll tap for red just to make you sweat. Should always phase change before you do that, in my opinion, but to be fair, I was bluffing. Alright, and we draw. There's the flute. Okie dokie. In that case, I will play a forest. We'll hold flute. So after local metal coding targets, we'll play flute named Karn. Looks like a K command X2. Nope, gonna draw a card with the Mind Stone, okay. And we'll flute. Name Karn, the Great Creator. And pass in full. So next turn we can play the Writhing Chrysalis. Temple. You do have 7 Eldrazi mana now. What do you play? Looks like a TKS. So you'll probably take a Writhing Chrysalis at least. Actually, you know what? Taking the Devour of Destiny is valid. And Devour of Destiny might be correct, which is a little bit awkward. Because then we can't play Chrysalis unless we draw into another 7 mana value spell or Temple. But it does mean that we have double Chrysalis, but it does set us back, what, like 2 turns because of the liquid metal coating? Yeah. Interesting, okay. Still takes the Chrysalis. I think taking the Devourer there may have been correct. Black map. So you have Tron next turn. Though you are pretty empty-handed. Second flute. Play Ugin Lab. Imprint Devourer. Cast Chrysalis trigger, yield all. And we'll hold. Imagine they crack map now. Yep, for power plant. There's his mines in hand. They'll play the mine. 3 unknowns. Yep. Go to combat. I will... I mean, this feels like bait, right? I will go to block. Sack 1, trigger. Sack 2, trigger. There's Dismember, sure. Or is it a K command? Nope, it's a Dismember. Yes, that will resolve. I'll flute and name Ugin Eye of the Storms. And pass in full. I guess we theoretically could have named Liquid Metal Coating. That actually may have been correct in retrospect. We'll draw. Liquid Metal Coating target lab. Resolves. I'd love a K command here. Ice Till is good. I will play... Yeah, I should have named Liquid Metal Coating in retrospect. I'll play the Wooded Foothills, and I will pass. TCAS will attack. Yeah, I might get punished by not naming Liquid Metal, but I think the Ugin still might be correct. Because I can outgrind the rest of their deck. It is just Ugin that creates a 2-turn clock. Stomping Ground tapped. And draw. Liquid Metal Coating, target lab. Yep. Draw. Rumble. I'll play the Shifting Wood. And we'll cast Ice Till. I'll play Ghost Quarter Triggers. Mill a card. I will go to your upkeep before Ghost Quartering. We'll Ghost Quarter now, and we haven't got rid of any others, so we'll just start with mine here. So Tron's once again offline, and I will hold. There's a power plant. You'll attack for 4. I'll take the hit down the 10. You really have nothing else, really. Alright. Liquid Metal Coating, target, lab, that is fine. We'll draw. So let us start with Ghost Quarter number 1, Mill. We'll go Ghost Quarter number 2, Mill. Emerald Cooling Yard, that Shifting Woodlands looks pretty good. I am going to want 1, 2 green sources up then. Yeah, in that case, I do want to hold up the Shifting Woodland. So I'm going to Utopia Sprawl green. I guess that is double green. 1, 2. So we could hold back a Ghost Quarter, but I do get concerned about Tron. They haven't played anything, admittedly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I go Ghost Quarter, Temple, yeah, it's probably the right move. So we're going to Ghost Quarter, Temple. Fail to find. Ghost Quarter, Temple. Fail to find. And then we'll hold back on the off chance it's relevant. Yes. Oh, we only have 3 types in Yard, though. Never mind, I can't. Shifting Wood, I should have paid attention to that. For some reason, I thought we definitely had 4, but no, we only have 3. Shoot. Well, that's unfortunate. That's a misplay on my part. I should have been paying more attention. We'll take the 4 down to 6. I should play the Rumble. Damn. Flute, naming, Ghost Quarter, I imagine. Shifting Woodlands admittedly is a concern, but not one yet because I don't have Delirium, because I'm a dummy. Yep, naming Ghost Quarter. One card in hand. Draw. Liquid metal coating, target lab, that's still fine. I will draw. Forest. We will start with what? I'll still play the Ghost Quarter, I think. Play the Ghost Quarter mill. Devourer. Let's rumble. Sanctum of Ugin or Talisman. I'll grab the Sanctum, I suppose. Play the Ghost Quarter. We have double green. So I can go Ghost Quarter, mill, and we can go to attacks now. Swing for 2. Attack you. So now we have Delirium. They have Tron, but what do they have in hand is the question. Mind Stone, so a whole lot of nothing. They will draw a card. What do they draw into? They can pretty much cast anything in their deck. Go to combat. They recognize that I have Delirium now, I'd imagine. Yes. Liquid metal coating. Target. In response, I'm going to do this. Tis an Emrakul. It's an artifact. And we'll scoop it up. We'll take the win. Alright. And we'll be back for match number 4. Alright. We're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. Would love to see a Utopia Sprawl or a Lab off top. Or just another Soul Land in general. Draw. Micah Spawn's pretty good, though. I think I still play the Temple here, right? Play the Temple so that way you have a K command X equals 1 next turn, as well as a potential for X equals 2 if we draw into another Temple or Lab. So we'll play the Temple and pass. Mr. Rainforest fetch. If I see a Hedge Maze here, I'm a little bit concerned for Neobrand. Undercity Sewers, so could be Goryo's, could be Murktide, could be Blink, of course. At the very least, we know it's not going to be a turn 2 White Orchid. I will hold on off chance that it's relevant. Water Grave Shock for a frog. It is a frog. So yeah, another Soul Land here would be Primal Force check. And holding and draw. Emrakul. No dice on the force check. In that case, I'm thinking I just go Forest, Talisman, pass. Yeah, let's do that. So Forest, Talisman, and pass. Then I'll get a hit on a frog. We haven't seen white, so I'm not sure this is Goryo's. No, maybe holding up the K command may have been correct, admittedly, just in case. Because now we get kind of hosed. Yeah. Into the blind, this is a bit rough because I don't want to delay my ramp. At the same time, if we're worried about Goryo's, the right move would have been to just hold a K command X1. But looks like no Goryo's. Frog will hit for 1, down to 19 unless they pitch a card. They have no reason to pitch a card right now. They only have 6 in hand. They'll draw 1 up to 7. Pitches a Cling to Dust, though. Interesting. Definitely should have held that Fatal Push. That's fair, but it does hit Ice Still, though they will cut that for game 2-3. Paying cost for Consider, so definitely Murktide or Auk. Paying cost for Thoughtseize. There's the Thoughtseize. I think you should take the Myco Spawn. The reason why I say that is I think if they're playing Oculus or even Murktide, they want that yard maintained. So they probably want me not to Bojuka Bog them. But takes the K command, so we will Bojuka Bog them then. I will draw a second Myco. That is pretty nice. So we will cast Myco Spawn. Yield all. I'm going to Bojuka Bog. Bojuka Bog, target use. So no Murktide, no, whatchamacallit, Oculus. We'll pass, and then we'll fetch on end step Surveil. Frog will attack. I'll snap block, yeah. I don't want you drawing more cards. So I'll block here. It's also adding a type to yard for Emrakul, which is relevant. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3 short as of right now. The next turn we can Myco Spawn, kick a land. What say you, opponent? Another Thoughtseize would be kind of rough. Perfect Springs, tapped, okay. Go to end step, we'll fetch Surveil. Surveil trigger, Temple, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are 1 short, but that's okay. So now raises an interesting question of going kicked Myco Spawn or going with a World Breaker. World Breaker can block Frog even if they float it. However, but it would mean that we don't have a guaranteed Emrakul next turn. I think I like my guaranteed Emrakul. So I am going to kick. Ooh. There is also a world where I could play Ice Till, but I think I'm going to go for a Cavernous Souls to guarantee the Emrakul's body. Let's see if you have a counterspell. Holds up blue, yield to all. So no counterspell. Again, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll go Cavernous Souls 13, name Eldrazi. And at that point, I will pass in full. Looks like a counterspell after all. Yep, so Frog will get a hidden. They will draw a card. I'll at least go down to 13. But now we'll be able to guarantee the resolution of Emrakul. And unless they have a consign main, we'll also take control of their turn. Blue Delta fetch, swamp. I guess worst case scenario here is probably a Harbinger. Down to 13, unless you pitch. You pitch a Murktide, so we right to Bojuka Bog them then. Pitch a Murktide, yep. Down to 11, 2 cards in hand. And paying cost 4. Trespasser. Trespasser actually will stop me from playing Emrakul. Yep, now we're going to be 2 short. let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another Myco spawn. So in that case, we can go Myco spawn, green, black, kick. We'll kick again. And I am going to grab what? I'm gonna grab a temple. Or I could grab a shifting woodland. Shifting woodland is tempting. Yes. Shifting woodland is tempting. 2, so 2, 4, 6. I guess we should assume that they're gonna exile something. But we have double Myco, so that's fine. So let's just say we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then 13 off the fetch. Yep, so we're going to go Temple then. And then Ice Till. There's the Ice Till. Windswept Teeth, Trigger Mill. There's the Devourer. I don't want the Windswept Teeth in yard. That way they can't do anything else. Why does my log just say Perfect Springs can't transform into Sink in the Stupor? What the hell is going on? I wanted to know if I played a land for turn because I don't remember if I played a land for turn. I don't think I did, but I can't say with any degree of certainty. No, I don't think I did. So we could fetch. Fetch. Forest. Because MDFC is in play if day-night checking for the keyword. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll grab the Windswept Teeth. Mill again. Temple. Okay, so we're guaranteed to have what we need for Emrakul. Frog is a 5/6. They can float, hit me for 7. Trespasser can hit me down. So we're definitely in a bit of a spot when it comes to our life totals, but I think we should be able to rally back regardless. Frog floats, yep. So again, they can hit me down to 7, or hit me for 7, 8. Yep. So Trespasser will eat Devourer, down to 9. So in that case, I will... Do I just block the Graveyard Trespasser and kill it? I think I do. So Trespasser down. Frog hits, draws a card, I'm down to 4. So we can play the Sanctum, play the Temple, Polluted Delta fetch down to 14. Surveil, trigger, 2 left in hand. Unearth, target Trespasser. Yes. Exile Temple or a creature. Exile creature down to 3. That is okay. Do I want to fetch? I don't think I do, because that gets me into a dangerous position. A second Emrakul, okay. Well, I will 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14... Really? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so we have 16. Let's start with the temple and then the sanctum. Chrysalis. I guess we could Windswept Teeth. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Do I have another forest? I do. Alright, we'll get down to 2. Forest. Trigger. Ah, goddamn you. Alright, in that case, I will cast Emrakul. There's Emrakul. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yield to all. I'll say yes. We can always play the Sanctum again. So I'm going to go for a Sowing Mycospawn. And then I will kick the Mycospawn. And kick your sewers. Then I will grab Shifting Woodland. Actually, I'm going to grab Ghost Quarter. Now I'll think about it. And then it is going to be our turn, comrade. And there's an Unearth. Thought Scour. I mean, we can just pitch both the frog, so that's fine. So we're going to pitch frog. Once on a turn. Pitch frog. And then we can go 1, 2, 3 until the turn. And 1, 2, 3. And then we'll go to combat. Attack with frog, attack with trespasser. Triggers, done. Okay. Go to blocks, we block, and block. Before, so we can then assign damage like this. Both will die. Ghost Quarter, target your swamp. Yeah. Ghost Quarter, target your swamp, fail to find, and then we're set. Cool. So this is Murktide. Win for game 1. I guess Unearth would say it's actually probably Oculus. Yeah. That's what I've seen in a hot minute. So we're going to want Grafdigger's Cage, Jailer, Unholy Heat, Flute, Pajuka Bog. We can probably cut the Ghost Quarter and maybe even the returns. Cut the Rumble since we have the Gemstone in. And then what? They should be bringing in some degree of graveyard hate outside of the graveyard trespasser. So maybe cut an Emrakul here. Well, then we still need to cut one more. So it might just be something where we cut the Ice Tills. Yeah, the Ice Tills might be correct to be cut here. If we cut 3... then we have 1 left over. They should be playing Force and potentially Subtleties. We could bring in a Bauble. Could bring in 2 if we cut an Emrakul. Not sure how relevant that is though. Maybe just a K return. Or other 2K returns. Yeah, it seems reasonable. Let's run it back like this. All right. So yeah, they should be bringing in Consigned to Memory, Harbinger, maybe some number of subtleties. should be cutting Fatal Push, maybe bringing in Shieldred's Edict, or non-conditional removal. Quote-unquote non-conditional. Shoot the sheriff is still conditional, but barely. There's Flute. I actually do like this. I'll keep. I'm tempted to hold Flute for Frog, actually. Turn 1 Thoughtseize would be kind of brutal, admittedly. Scouting Tarn, passing draw. Shifting Wood, Ugin's Lab, Imprint. And so we can do next turn is play Talisman, Temple, then Rumble. I'm going to hold up the Flute for Frog so we can more or less just time walk them, I suppose. Scouting Tarn, fetch 19. Watery Grave, shock. Probably for a Thought Scour. There's the Thought Scour. Consign. Love to see that. Show me a land and frog. Land, shock, and there it is. Disruptor Flute. Name Sightchick Frog. So now they can't float or buff it. And then our turn. Draw. Another Talisman. I will play Talisman. I will play Rumble. 2, 4, 5, 6. We're going to want to block, so I think I'm going to grab Gemstone Caverns. And then pass and pass. I guess they could play Orcish Bowmaster, so I should hold up the ability to respond. In general, I really should continue the practice of holding up the ability to respond if I have something that I can theoretically do. We'll attack with Frog. We will block with the spawn. No drawing cards for you. We have 3 types in Yard, so Shifting Woodlands isn't online yet. Worst case scenario here is probably a Harbinger, but even then it's not actually too horrible. We'll be guaranteed to resolve the Myco spawn. Basic Island. If it was a basic Swamp, I'd be a bit more concerned about a Harbinger. They do have enough for a Murktide. Yep, I was about to say. So Murktide resolves. It is a 6/6, so that is a decent body. But if we can land the Sire, we're in a good spot. End step, draw. Stomping Grounds. I do like the idea of Stomping Grounds here. So that way we can activate the Shifting Wood. So it does mean you have to shock, though. So Stomping Grounds, shock. Kick the Myco. Oh. I need to do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hit the Watery Grave, yield to all. Do you have a consigned memory? Floats the blue, yield to all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd be short if I go Cavernous Souls. So I think I need to hedge my bets and go Temple instead. And pass. So next turn we can play the Shifting, though we do need one more type in Yard. Shoot the Sheriff. But that now means that unless they have a Solitude, we'll be guaranteed to resolve the Sire. Not Solitude, Subtlety. Alright, we draw. Utopia Sprawl. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll play the Shifting Wood. And we will return Cyrus 7 Death. If I were to attempt Utopia Sprawl... No, I don't think I can. I'm a little bit concerned about a force there. There's a Sire, we'll pass. It hits the board. That is huge, especially after the Shoot the Sheriff, unless they have another one or an Edict. That's pretty good. Thought Scour. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Solid win against against Oculus. I want to say it's Murktide, as I don't think we ever saw an Oculus here, did we? Which is pretty odd. But based on Unearth and the Thought Scour, definitely seems more Oculus. But we'll be back for match 5. Alright, we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. Hand really does nothing unless I draw into a 7-mana value spell or a temple, but even then it's a little bit meh. So I'm going to mulligan here. This hand is not much better. I'll mulligan again. Like, I guess the benefit here is a soul land. We have 8 soul lands off the top, which allows me to K command X1 on 2. But on the draw against what we are thinking is Zoo is not great. I'm mulligan again. This is much better. I'll keep it. What do I want? I wonder if I even want the gemstone, but then I don't have a green source on one. Interesting. Because this could be an Ice Till on 2. Could be a K command on 1 and a Rumble, but basically we'd have to only keep 1. So if we say, for example, pitch the District, pitch the Ice Till, keep the command, keep the Rumble, we'd have to pitch either the command or the Rumble to the gemstone. I guess there's another choice where we could pitch the Emrakul to the gemstone instead, because then at least we're still guaranteed the Rumble. But then we are short on colorless sources for the K command. That's awkward. Pitch District, pitch Ice Till, done. Gemstone command. I don't like it, but I think it's right. Thundering Falls, Surveil. So slow start, Flage to Yard. Could still be Zoo. Tuck that Emrakul and Rumble. There's Myco, there's Ice Till, though we are missing a green source. We could theoretically Ghost Quarter target one of our own lands. We could do that, but I think maybe going Myco Spawn might be better. Because we're at least guaranteed to resolve the Myco. I suppose. Otherwise, we Ghost Quarter, target Gemstone, get a forest, then we have green, colorless, play Ice Till, play the Ghost Quarter. I mean, that is tempting, because then we can start looping. So Mind Mike Spawn is good if you rip a temple, that is true. That is 4 hits off top. We're guaranteed the Myco. Yeah, I think that's correct. 4 types in Yard as well, which is nice for that Emrakul eventually. And worst comes to worst, we can just ramp for Emrakul. Bloodstrand fetch. They can't play Sign of Draco, so it's probably Kavu. Yep, is a 4/4 Kavu. Talisman. So we can play the Ghost Core. Theoretically, we could shrink the Kavu if I go Soin Myco Spawn and sacrifice the spawn token. It would require them not having another land, but that might actually be a good idea. The alternative is we also play the Talisman and ramp. I think I will sack the spawn, hold the Ghost Quarter. It might save us some life. Can go Temple. There's also Shifting Woodland, actually. Ooh, Shifting Woodland's kind of interesting, because we can go Shifting Woodland, 1, 2, 3, 4, then start Ghost Quartering? Yes. Yeah, I guess we could bog the Flage, but they're not there yet. But if it does hit board, it is troublesome. We could theoretically keep him off the lands necessary of Ghost Quarter, though, as well. Because we would be able to Ghost Quarter 3 times next turn. Or I guess twice next turn. I think I'm going to go to Shifting Woodland. A little bit weird, but I think it's correct. You have a land, so Flage will become a 5/5. Yep, no blocks then. And we'll eat the ice still. Okay, they saw the line. I guess maybe that is a fair point. I did forget about that. Yeah, so no blocks. Yeah, I guess Kavu being able to eat the ice till. So maybe either go Bog Flage. Maybe Bog Flage would have been right after all. End step. Draw. Temple. We found the temple regardless. And I think they have to continue to keep us off of enough mana for Emrakul. They shouldn't have land destruction main. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll play the Talisman. I'll pass. They can now fetch Surveil. Is there a benefit to attacking, or to not block, or, yeah, is there a benefit to not attacking here? We're not going to block, right? Well, I guess they could always haste a Ragavan, so I think I should hold. Yeah, maybe the Shifting Woodland was a mistake. Doorkeeper Thrall. That's problematic, admittedly, because now they can just land a Flage. Alright. There's a Steam Vent Shock. They're holding the Arid Mesa, so I can't shrink the Kavu. Take 5 down to 11. Shrinks my Yard. I'll take the 5 down to 11 for now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Null Drifter. Oh! So this is the Null Drifter version of Zoo. More like a dress down version with the Doorkeeper Thrall. Well, that's problematic. We'll draw 2. This will stick on board since the Evoke trigger doesn't happen. Yeah, we've been drawing dead cards as well, which isn't great. I mean, that is 9 damage here if I don't block. I'm going to have to block no matter what. We're also going to have to sacrifice something, which isn't great. Here's Arena of Glory. I mean, if you haste a Flage, I'm just dead. And we'll concede. Yeah, I guess going for the Shifting Wood was a bit misguided, given that the Kavu could just strip the Ice Till from Yard. At the same time, I don't think if we had grabbed... No matter what we grabbed, I think based on my draws, we would have just been dead regardless. Maybe something we could have done is gone for a Surveil Land to try and find something, but I'm not even sure that would have helped. Alright, so this is Zoo. Lost for 1. So, what do we want here? Bog, yes. Counter Souls, yes. Cut Ghost Quarter, Gemstone. Ice Till's kind of meh here. I will bring in Heat, Fade, Return. Yeah, I'm trying to like this. Yeah, so in retrospect, either bogging Flage or going Temple is probably correct. Either ways, we're kind of in a bit of a bind given our draws. Alright, on the play for game 2. Cake Mechanics 2-on-2 is appealing. We'll keep. Reveal. Trigger. There's a Rumble double K command. I mean, double K command is kind of nice. I think we'll go Rumble here. I'm still going to play the Lab, Imprint, and pass. This way if they Ragavan, we can K command the Ragavan. But I think with the Doorkeeper Thrall version, they might not be on Ragavan. Steam Vents, I'm going to stand corrected, aren't I? Yep. There it is. And draw. So I will play the Forest, and to avoid either a Consign or a Stubborn Denial, we'll K command now, Ragavan down. We'll pass. Lush Portico Surveils. Unless they have another Ragavan, that should be their turn. Looks like that is their turn. We'll draw. I will cast Rumble. There's Chrysalis, there's Emrakul, there's Devourer. Of course, there's Temple as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're still short on Emrakul by 2. Actually, 12. By 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. 1, 2, 3 types in Yard. 4 types. 5 types. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. Alright, we'll go Emrakul. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Next turn 12, we'll Commercial District. Surveil. Temple on top. I mean, if they tap out, we can play the Emrakul. Otherwise, we might still wait a turn. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, we'll see. Otherwise, like I said, we'll wait a turn so we can then play the Cavern of Souls. Yep, so we're going to wait a turn. We'll draw. I'll just play the Windswept Teeth and then pass. Because we don't want to eat a Consign if we can help it. And there's a Doorkeeper Thrall. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could also Devourer, depending. Kavu, Sign of Draco. Yes, that will resolve. We'll take the 1 in the air down to 19. Go to end step. We'll fetch the Windswept Teeth for a Stomping Grounds tapped. And draw. There's Myco spawn. So I am a little bit concerned about a Leyline Binding, of course. We do have the Devourer the following turn, though. That is true. Well, is it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're going to be short 1 the following turn is the problem. Of course, they need to have it in order for it to matter in the first place. We alternately could just go Myco, kick the Triome, but we'll take another 5. As long as the Doorkeeper Thrall, we don't need to worry about Charmaw. Yeah, Leyline Binding's right now the issue. I think I might go kick Myco this turn. Let's kick the Triome. Yield all. They know about the Emrakul. There's the consign. So they'll consign the triggers, but leave the body. We'll take the 5 in the air. Not ideal, but fine. We'll pass. And pass. 3 cards in hand. So next turn we can play the Temple, guarantee the resolution of the body. And then we can always Devour the whatchamacallit. The Leyline Binding if they do have it. What say you, opponent? What did Foothills fetch down to 16 Surveil? Sign of Draco to Yard. What are you looking for? I mean, I guess they know that the Emrakul is coming down. And we'll take 5 down to 13. Flage is fine. Not ideal, but fine. They could still have a consign in hand. I'll play the Temple. And we will cast the Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we don't need to sack the spawns. We can use them as blockers. Eildal, do you have a consign to memory? You do. Okay, so consign resolves, body resolves, we will pass. No attacks. Flage has first strike and vigilance. Do you have a whatchamacallit? Leyline Binding. Next turn we have a Devourer to get rid of Flage. Okay, Flage, target me or target spawn. Target me down to 10. We don't want to block the Flage. we're going to instead, I guess we want to block the Flage, but not with Emrakul. And we'll just block with a Spawn then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. So, Sign of Draco down. And we will draw Bog. Well, now I wish I had. I'll return Devourer to hand. Play the Temple. And cast Devourer of Destiny. Exile the Flage. Do you have another consign? No consign. Flage is down. Doorkeeper Thrall's in the air, but that's okay. We'll start swinging. We have 2 blockers, so I can swing for 16. Put him into lethal range. Alright. End step. Bolt target me down to 6. Yeesh. And scoops it up. Alright. Let's go to game 3. I want the gemstone back and cut the rumble and run it back from there. I do wonder if Flute could be good here in place of the K returns. The K returns are okay into Zoo, but it does take some finagling to get them into the yard first. They either need to go there from Rumble or you need to prime them by casting them ahead of a trigger. There's Sprawl. Okay. I mean, Fade from History is actually pretty decent into Sign of Draco. Heat's good for Ragavan. I'll keep. I'll pass. Do need to draw into some action, though. We'll draw. Devour, you're a little bit late to the party, admittedly. I will play Wooded Foothill. Fetch. Do we fetch Shock? I think we do. Fetch Shock, Sprawl for double green, and then pass. And they'll fetch. If it's a, yep, so it is going to be a Triome, so this does mean that they're going to play a Sign of Draco here. Yep. We'll draw. Emrakul. Drawn into all the wrong cards, admittedly. I'll play the Talisman, we'll play the Verdant Catacombs, and pass. Draco hits me for 4 down to 13. We'll go down to 12 when we fetch with the Catacombs. There's Leyline Binding, targeting what? The Talisman, I'm gonna fetch just to take a peek. Commercial District, Surveil, Sprawl to Yard is tempting here. Yeah, I think we go Sprawl to Yard. That will resolve. And draw. Rumble. A Stubborn Denial would kind of suck. I will go green, green, and Rumble. No Stubborn Denial, which is good. However, our hits with the Rumble is kind of rough. Because I would love the Sowing Microspawn, but I think I need to take the Temple for multiple reasons. But one of which being that it's going to turn on Unholy Heat. Because we'll have then a sorcery plus a creature, land, and enchantment. So I will go for the Temple. Temple. Play Temple. And we can now hold up Heat. Arid Mesa. Fetch. Down to 16. Surveil. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One off of Devourer. And we're like, what, 3 off of Emrakul. Coveted Yard. We'll go to Upkeep and then Heat. So the threat's off board. We still have a Fade in hand if we need. 5 types in Yard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're actually only 2 off. So a Soul End here would get us to an Emrakul. Paying cost for what? Yeah, so I'd love to see a Templar Lab off top. We'll just Windmill Slam the first Emrakul. Hasting, oh god. What's this? Oh, you found your you have a Charmal after all. Shit. Kind of weird to play the Doorkeeper Thrall plus the Charmal, admittedly. But you got it. That might be the keystone to the matchup, unfortunately. Because that sets us back significantly. We'll take the 4 down to 8. Also as a clock. Yeah, I don't think that makes sense to play with the Doorkeeper Thrall. I think a Damping Sphere would make more sense, though not really in this matchup, admittedly. But honestly, I might just carry in the victory anyways. We'll draw Forest. Oh boy. I need a Soul Land. Otherwise, we're dead. I guess we're also dead to a Tribal Flames. Land for turn. Tribal Flames also has died off a bit, but that doesn't mean that they aren't going to play it. Down to 4. Leyline Binding on my Sprawl. On my Spawn. Even worse. Chrysalis or Bust? Sign of Draco. Chrysalis or Bust. Yes. Draw. Unfortunately, the care turn does not get us there. Well, that royally sucks. Yeah, I was not expecting the Charmal at all. Not with the Doorkeeper Thrall in the mix. Damping Sphere, maybe. Blood Moon, maybe. Charmal, not so much. But we have no way to play Emrakul, no way to play Devourer. Even then, we would need... I guess even the Chrysalis wouldn't matter now since they have the Sign of Draco. Unfortunate. Alright, we will concede. Alright, so that there will be our 3-2 record at the end of 5. Given that we saw Doorkeeper in Game 2, I really wasn't expecting the Charmal in Game 3, but maybe they liked it better on the play. I could see that argument. That would make sense. So maybe that's why I didn't see it Game 2 and we saw it Game 3 instead. Could be play draw dependent on sideboarding them in and out. But I don't play enough Zoo to say with any degree of certainty. That being said, though, still solid results. Trying to think if I could have done anything better there in Game 3. If I could have sequenced anything differently. I mean, I think the Heat hitting the Sign of Draco was correct. We had the Fade, but we didn't want to play the Fade if we could help it. Though then again, I guess it would have helped. Because then we could have got rid of the Sign of Draco instead. Or not Sign of Draco, the Charmal instead. But I think at that point, things were already going pretty downhill. Well, Regardless, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed and mistakes that I made, or any general feedback would be much appreciated. For as much that I hope you all learn from me and both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached a point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you do want to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays through Sundays at 8 p.m. CST, though this Sunday I'll be live at 10 p.m. CST as I will not be able to make that challenge. Or you can head over to my Patreon where you can watch these videos early and ad-free and support me monetarily. With that being said though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.